Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. It looks like audio is coming through. Not sure if anybody is here. If you are, happy Monday. Hope the weekend was good and the week started off great. All right, I'm going to continue on with my drawer boxes. I've got one dry fit here, but I need to do the assembly on it. But I'm going to dry fit the other two of this size just to make sure that everything's copacetic and everything. Don't want to run into an issue as I'm doing the assembly. So I'm going to get some of my tools ready that I'll be using. I am going to assemble these with glue and pocket holes. So get my pocket hole jig over here ready. Um, all right, go and get some of this set up here. That's not the right Allen wrench. All right. That should be set up and ready. Oh. All right. So I've got this one dry fit, and it is perfectly sized, perfectly flush. Turn that up here. So this is a 4-inch drawer. I have 3 of these, and then one drawer that's roughly, I need to finalize the size on it, but I think it's going to be about around 12 inches deep. May cut it a little bit lower, but yeah. So anyway, this is looking good so far. I will come in on the front and back and do 2 puck holes going in here just to strengthen things up, but I will glue it all together. Actually, I can do that as I can pour some of my glue. Since I'm all out of my Titebond 2, just a little bit of Titebond 2 left, but man, it's very, very minimal. Titebond 3 is overkill, but we can work with it. Hey, Mechaform, how you doing? I just realized I never did drop down my bit rate, and I apologize. Been working on other things for the stream, but that is one I forgot to do, and I just now thought of it. So I apologize. How are you doing today? Hopefully you had a good weekend. I did. I actually had a pretty good weekend. Community was great. Got a lot of follower boosts. Did some streaming yesterday. That went real well. Getting more practice in. Been working on the OBS. Hopefully I can get to affiliate soon. And you were telling me that you don't get the automatic downgrades or down sampling until you get to affiliate, but and then not to count on that. But I do want to look into it though. Anyway, I am working on some drawer boxes. I got 4 drawer boxes. I cut all the pieces for them. Got those all cut. This one is dry fit here. I'm going to dry fit the other 2 before I start gluing and assembling these. Just making sure everything is copacetic. So it's kind of what I'm working on now. I'm just kind of getting prepared a little bit. So I'm going to glue these together, and then I'm going to put a couple pocket holes in the front and the back of the drawers. You won't see them, but once it's finished. But just working on prep right now. Yeah, I'm way behind a lot of stuff too. I was hoping that, man, we got snow this weekend. It's still pretty cold out right now. It's 28 degrees out right now. I really need to get some yard stuff done, but man, it is way too cold to be doing that. Um, but yeah, I'm way behind on stuff as well. All right, so I'm gonna set this drawer box over here. Grab another bottom and test fit a couple more. The dados came out really well without using for me not using my dado blade. Just use regular kerf and went over it a few times. But nice snug fit. Hey, Life in Pain, how are you doing? Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. How was your vacuum tower coming? All right, so we are looking nice and good on that drawer as well. Man. Oh, it's fine. So this is my first time doing drawer boxes. Actually, this whole channel is about me. I'm a new woodworker, and it's about me learning new things. So this is my first stab at drawer boxes. I, of course, built all of the cabinets, but first time at drawer boxes, so they're coming out pretty well so far. Yeah, I'm almost to the 50 followers. I think I'm at 44, 45. I should have the 8 hours of streaming in tonight. And then I'm sitting around 2.8 viewers and whatnot, so I should get there pretty soon. I caught some of your Life in Pain. I caught some of your broadcasts Saturday. It looked like you were doing well, progressing on that, working on some of the accessory racks, I think. Kind of got a little busy with dad duties Saturday. All right. Yeah, I've kind of had that same issue. I haven't, up until about a week ago, I haven't been able to spend much time in the shop. And of course, it was here in Ohio, it was pretty cold. I've got a nice insulated garage, but still, that being said, it is pretty cold there for a while. All right. But the other thing is, for me, got 2 kids, so dad duties always take precedence over getting out into the shop. And we have a third perfectly fit drawer. Yeah, this is still part of the shop cabinet build. What I'm working on here, let me see if I'm pan the camera down, is I have doors on the rest, but over here, this was the one cabinet where I did want to put drawers. And I may end up doing some more drawers if I like it, but I went with regular cabinet storage and shelves in the others. Yeah, I may put some more drawers in. I also may switch up this miter saw area and put some drawers in there. But it's coming along. I'm trying to get all the cabinets done, and then I need to do a wood storage rack here pretty soon too. Store some of my sheet goods and some other stuff. I do got a wood rack up here. I got. It's kind of shy on wood at the moment, but starting to get my shop organized. Trying to make sure of my placement for all the tools that where I want them, and then I will do the actual dust collection, the plumbing of the dust collection. I'll put some PVC pipe in. Right now, I've got the corrugated hose. But I think Life and Pain. You were watching some of my cabinet builds a while ago. The one thing between then and now is back in December, I actually upgraded my table saw and ended up getting a SawStop. So I've got a lot more flexibility in what I can do than what I was using on an old Craftsman table saw that I've had for years. But that was one of my upgrades. All right. So now what I want to do is I'm going to start taking these apart, and then I am going to, like I said, I'm going to glue these together, but I'm going to also use some pocket screws to tighten them up. And I guess I can move my camera over here. Yeah, it was a kind of a Christmas present for myself. I was looking at some other table saws I needed to upgrade pretty bad, but I was looking at some Laguna and some Harvey and whatnot, but I actually found this one on Craigslist. The guy was selling it, and really couldn't pass it up on the price. And I was talking to, I think, Boyd about it and whatnot, but I was going to go with, I was looking at the Laguna Fusion 2, which is about half the price, but I also didn't want to buy something and realize that in a year or so, I kind of wish I would have went ahead with the SawStop. So I did end up pulling the trigger on it. It was a little bit more than what I was kind of budgeting for at the time, but I don't know. Now, tools do not make the woodworker, but they help. They do help. I will say that having nice repeatability is pretty good there. I have noticed that, and just my quality of work has improved with SawStop and its capabilities. Yeah, I saw that. Mine, guess I didn't show you there, but yeah, I saw that you got the router table. That was one of the broadcasts that I watched. So I haven't really used this router table much yet. Used it once, but I can flip the camera around. Man, it takes up so much room. This SawStop is I measured it last night because Bad Dad, we were talking, but man, this thing goes from back here all the way out, and then this is on the left, and 102 inches. So we were comparing sizes last night, and yeah, 102 inches. Bad Dad refers to them as aircraft carriers. Very apt term. That's kind of the thinking, is that, I'm going to invest in some of this, and, hopefully I will be set for a while. But I can't make too many purchases like that. So. All right, so now these are both all my fronts and backs for the 3 front, or the 3 4-inch drawers. Have you used your router table at all yet? I think you were still waiting on something to come in, unless I saw. I do not have a joiner. I do have a bandsaw. I bought that about the time I started streaming, so I've always had it. It hasn't been on stream, but I do have a Laguna 14BX bandsaw. But I'm contemplating, and so chime in and let me know what you guys think. But I'm debating my next tool purchase would either be a jointer or a drum sander. So, and I'm not sure which I should buy next. So I think as far as the joiner, there's various other methods that I could use to get a nice clean joint edge and whatnot. But yeah, waiting on the lift. When are you supposed to get that? Is it back ordered or something? All right, on. That maybe that's up all the way. All right. Yeah, we're clamped in good there. Yeah, I want one of the large ones, like much like a planer, the big ones that you can send cutting boards and stuff through, and kind of flatten them out. Oh, cool. So just ship. That's good. How long ago did you order it? As I should turn on my desk or my vacuum. So the audio filters seem to be cutting out the vacuum. I'm glad about that. I haven't tested previously the vacuum. All right, all the potholes are drilled. Yeah, that's good. My dust collector, it does get picked up a little bit, so. All right. Should be done with this, so I can move this out of the way, and I'll just assemble these here. I did Mechaform. I apologize. I just now saw your comment. Next project. So, of course, my wife has quite a few lined up for me. She would like a mudroom. She also wants a bench seating in our kitchen nook area. But something else I was really contemplating doing was to help kind of pay off some of my purchases. And with the warm season upon us, I wanted to make some cutting boards and whatnot, and charcuterie, you know, some trays and some just stuff that I can go to kind of the farmers markets that are around here. We have 2 or 3 every weekend and whatnot. But I was thinking about setting up booths or whatnot. Let's see here. So here is, I made some cutting boards for Christmas. This is the only one I have left. This is zebra wood Paduk. I think that's how you pronounce it. But anyway, wanted to make some cutting boards and stuff like this. This one's not quite finished. Actually, the reason why I want the drum sander is got just a little bit of unevenness right here and stuff. I just want to get that perfectly flat. But my thinking is I could crank out quite a few of these cutting boards and kind of recoup some of my tool costs. Yeah, it's I have the problem. I have tools that I want, but probably wouldn't use. But I have been pretty good about only buying the ones that I need, and I feel that I felt I was kind of justified in my saw stop. I really did need one, but yeah, I also got decent amount of space here. But that being said, I don't have the space to buy a lot of unnecessary tools either. All right, let me clean up my area a bit here. Oh, I guess I still need my drill. Yeah, about that. Now, Mechaform, what was your project that you were working on? I was watching you mill down some metal and stuff, but I wasn't sure what your project that you were working on. I was thinking that it looked like you were actually working on accessories for your lathe, maybe? Or no, it's turntable. That's what it is, isn't it? It's turntable, if I'm right. Now, lathe, I would love to get a lathe. Probably go with a wood lathe. But man, I just really do not have the space for a wood lathe. And plus, man, that would be a lot of money because I would buy that and then, of course, have to buy all the stuff necessary. I just filled this, and so now I wait for my glue to get down to the glue bot. So, yeah, I'm gonna glue all the parts of the drawers and then lock them in. So I am going to glue the bottoms in. I don't think it's necessary. I just wanted to. See, Hopefully this is, guess I might back this cam off just a bit so you can see a little bit more. This is something I definitely have to practice on, is just, you know, figuring out the camera shots and what people can see, whatnot. Let's see here. Not quite as good at that yet as what everybody else is. It definitely seem like I need to get more cameras, which I will do. And I've got a lot of old phones, so maybe I'll repurpose some phones and use them as cameras, but I think everybody seems to have quite a few cameras that they switch over to, which makes sense. I hate dragging my setup along everywhere. All right. I've got drawn a blank. I actually got the drawer ball bearings drawer slides. So soft close. I am not sure where you guys are located, but how's the weather been your way? I see some people on here, you know, Texas Hula, of course. Man, he was complaining about his shop being warm and had to open up the garage door. But like I said, yesterday we got snow here. Today it's still about 28, I think, right now. '82. Wow. And I'm jealous. And I know everybody likes to I don't know. Probably everybody loves to complain about the weather where they live, but man, being somebody who lives in Ohio, I sure hate the cold. I hate the winter. I can deal with the heat way easier than I can. Woo. I can deal with the heat way easier than I can the cold. All right. So now that I got two sides on, I get this piece out of the way. I come in here. I'm gonna clamp this in while I put the pocket holes in so that it doesn't shift on me. Let's see. Let's see if I can. -11 Celsius. Whoa. Man, do you mind me asking where you were at, Mecca? Oh, why did I release that? All right. Seem to be locked in good there. So. Set my clutch a little bit lower. Toronto. Was figuring you were somewhere up in Canada. All right. Almost got one door box done. And unfortunately, I do not have. Guess I could move things to the side. Fortunately, I do not have a taller tripod for my camera here. I severely underestimated how much glue I should put in this glue bottle. Yeah. Tap that down. Sure that's Must be. There we go. Give me a second. I'll look at chat. I haven't looked at chat for a minute. I tell you, it takes, man, woodworking takes a lot of skill, but streaming live while doing it, man, I don't know how you guys got all that skill, because, man, it's a lot of work doing all this. Right about a 64th too high over there now. It's fine. I think I can manage, deal with it. Now, how long have you guys been streaming? Oh no, you seem pretty comfortable at it, man. Especially in my first couple of streams, man. I was a bunch of nerves, and I was just bumbling around all the time. Been doing better recently, but man, I tell you, what gets me is if one thing starts to go wrong, and kind of seems like a downhill slope for me. I probably get a little flustered with it, being on stream and whatnot, but I also had one stream where it was just one thing after another, just not quite going right. All right. One box done. 2 more to go. Oh, you started New Year's Eve. All right, so you're kind of new at this with me. All right. That's surprising. I figured you've been streaming a lot longer than that. I do also like to be a little bit of a clown. I'm kind of more self-deprecating than anything. So I'll make jabs at myself. So I think once I get a little bit more comfortable on the camera, I'll probably joke around a little bit, try to figure out, I'm not going to say my personality, but I think I'll be more comfortable because I am a kind of a jokester quite a bit. So I'm going to put some more glue in here. So you said your previous life was a class clown. How so? Just was it your job, or you're just normally a class clown? or clown. All right. And again, I can't say this enough, but appreciate you guys stopping by, hanging out in here. It definitely helps me out, both as far as the average viewer count, as well as just getting practice in of talking to the community and the participants in the chat. So, man, this community is great. Everybody that's helped over the last, week or so. I mean, tips for OBS, and then everybody that's been giving me shout outs, giving me tips on what to do and stuff, And I appreciate everybody who's given me the shout outs and whatnot. I don't think I wouldn't even be close to where I am without that, and then all the tidbits of information. All right. Yeah, gaming. Seems like everybody's gaming. At least over here. I mean, there's several people doing what we do, but as compared to the rest of Twitch, we're this category is fairly small, I feel. But yeah, I think Twitch is heavily centered around the gamers, but I don't know. Plus, I don't have the time to. I don't have the time to invest in being a hardcore gamer, and I'm just honestly not that good. At least not that good at the games that people are interested in. And I kind of chuckle on myself because I do follow a lot of woodworkers on YouTube as well. You'll see me wear some of their shirts and whatnot, and man, I think they're great. They're amazing, and I see the projects that they do, and that's what's inspired me to do this. But I would love to see some of these. Whoops, what am I doing? I would love to see some of these YouTube content creators doing live woodworking streams. I'm sure they'll be good at it, but I just feel that their deal is all about prep shots and getting camera angles and having all that pre-planned out. I would love to see some of them do some live work. That being said, I would like to go to Workbench Con sometime. I am curious about the whole idea of being a content creator. Not that's not how I view what I'm trying to do here, but still find it very interesting. Yeah, I agree 100%. Life in Pain, and I love Galaxians. Great game, actually. Um, actually, something I used to play that is actually on Twitch quite a bit. But used to play competitive pinball here in Columbus, Ohio, where I'm from. Well, there's National League, and I used to play in the National League, and was pretty well ranked. But yeah, so I used to play competitive pinball before dad duties kind of got in the way. But there's a lot of us that stream that, so a lot of the competitions are streamed, a lot of the weekly league events are streamed. So, and I've got pinball. I've got 2 pinball machines in my house right now. I could see myself playing pinball in stream. Yeah, I'm a big 8-bit person as well. Yeah, you can tell from this tattoo, but it's one of my tattoos, and but kind of a definitely very much 8-bit themed. Man, I'm telling you, you can make some really, really good money being a arcade and pinball tech, especially right now. Barcades are kind of what's hot right now, and there's been a mad rush, and the home pinball buyers, they've kind of been mad at it because you used to be able to buy machines, fairly cheap for both pinball and arcade. Especially the old arcade games, you find them super cheap. But the last 7 years or so, you've had all these barcades popping up and whatnot, and you get these investment groups that just they they're they just go and they purchase everything. They'll go to auctions, they'll do everything, and it's drove the price of arcade and pinball machines up quite a bit. The problem is just like here in Columbus, I don't know how many arcades we have. It's probably 4 or 5 just right off the top of my head. Big ones. I'm talking about, where they have at least, 40 machines or whatnot or more. But we got 4 or 5 of those. The problem is when you have all those machines and everything's on free play, you're trying to get people to come in and buy drinks or whatnot. These machines get a lot of use and abuse. Problem is, don't really have any skilled techs to go out and work on them. And so there was a guy here in Columbus who he would just kind of do all this servicing. He would do all the servicing on them, and he would, for almost all the arcades around the area. But he got to the age where he wanted to retire and not do it anymore. And then all these places kind of had to scramble to find competent people. Yeah, it is. I don't know what it is. I dry fit these. I dry fit these, and they came up perfectly flush. But now that one up, this backside is just off by like 64th. All right, that's 2 down, 1 to go. So Life in Pain, what's going to be your next project after your dust collection tower? That's the other thing that I think I'm going to find hard is what am I going to be working on? Now, like I said, my wife already has some projects for me, but it is in the back of my mind. I do want to set up, right now I don't have it, but I do want to set up like a routine schedule. Find a time that, you know, kind of works for me and other viewers, you know, where I'm not, you know, streaming at the same time as somebody else or whatnot. But also by going to a schedule, I need to make sure that I have stuff to work on. And it's not always about having something to work on. It's part of it is, man, just the wood prices still crazy. My wife, once the project's done, and you know, some of what she wants is definitely going to require Baltic birch, but for here, a sheet of 3/4 inch Baltic birch is $189 plus tax. So I can probably cheap it down and, you know, go with regular 3/4 inch birch plywood, but man, you know, and that, you know, Mecaform, you know, that's something I find that funny because my wife, you know, I watch a lot of YouTube videos or streamers and stuff, and my wife's like, well, everybody's just making more things for their shop and stuff. They're not actually making things; they're just making things for their shop. But I like that because, yeah, everything that I've built, you know, has been for my shop, for me to build something else. You know, my first project was a flip top cart over here. Yep, $189 for a 4x8 sheet of. Let me see if I can find this link. Give me a minute here. For price list. Yeah, if you. Oh, okay. You look at that link, that is a store that is kind of near me. They're ones that have, you know, all the builder grade tools and stuff like that. They carry the Laguna tools and all that. But you look at halfway down there, you'll see Baltic birch, but then you'll see Baltic birch sheets and a 3/4 4x8, $189. And to my knowledge, you know, that's pretty much the going rate at other places around here. Now, I would love to be able to find a hookup to find that a little bit cheaper. But at that price, you know, extra good quality of Baltic birch, man, it's hard to and it's hard to digest. What does 3/4 inch Baltic birch run around your guys' area? Also, especially with Baltic birch and stuff, I'm wondering how much. I'm hoping is, man, I don't know, the prices of everything, but man, I'm really hoping that the war doesn't drive that up even more. And I heard with, gas prices and everything going up that we're going to notice even more of inflation and other prices. I mean, woodworking was, I was going to say it's a luxury hobby, but man, it's starting to become that way. Gonna have to start begging for scraps and offcuts of wood from people. All right, we're almost done with the 4-inch door boxes. Call for pricing, yeah. And I would there for a while. It was fluctuating so quickly that I could see that being the case. Call for pricing. No, the other side of that is, man, especially that link that I just sent, man. Just, man, it seems like every time I tell somebody that, they're like, "What? You're $200 for a sheet of Baltic birch?" I'm like, "Yeah," but I don't know. So I think once I finish up these drawers, I may actually call it a night because in my mind I'm thinking that I could save putting the drawer slides and mounting them on for my next stream. That way I have some content. I was actually wanting to put on the drawer slides for tonight, but I hold off. Yeah, I mean that's what these drawer boxes are made out of. It's sanded ply. So I think that I could also, for some of the projects that my wife wants, I could probably just go with regular birch ply, seven ply, 3/4 inch birch ply. That's what most of my shop cabinets are made out of. So I think that, at least for the bench seating and stuff, I think that it'll be okay. All right, well, that is 3. Actually, I'll just stack them up over here. That is 3 4-inch. Yep. Looking good there. So that is 3 4-inch boxes. Let me camera around. Sorry, I had to move the camera around because I don't have all the cameras that it has. So I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. I'm gonna raid over to somebody here in a minute, but again, thank you guys so much for helping me out here, for sticking around. And I'm gonna look over and see. I'm gonna see if Boyd was still on. Yeah, Boyd's still on. Give me just a second. I'm going to raid over to Boyd. Thank you guys so much, and I hope to see your guys' streams here pretty soon. So, guys, have a great evening, and we'll see you next time.